the prospect of winning away at Southampton, back-to-back away wins, is that an important step this season as well?
No, because we won 4 games last year and people keep talking about it. If we win 5 games this year, I will be fine, so there's not a big difference. Hopefully we will win 5 or 6 games like any other team, because I don't think we were worse than other teams. There's a lot of teams last year who probably had only 2 wins away from home. But over the last 5, 6, 7 years, Fulham managed to win 2 games, at the most 4 games. That was 3 years ago. And we did it again last year, so I don't think with our home record it's a problem. But if you want to do well, if you want to be in Europe, for example, you need at least 60 points. And we hope to have 50 points. And we had that this year, we had more than 50 points, so I was quite happy.
And what do you make of Ricky Lambert's start to life in the Premier League?
Ricky Lambert is probably one of the best target men we've got in England. And he's very dangerous, with crosses, especially far post. And if you see the lineup, if you are capable as a club of getting the likes of Ramirez, then you're heading in the right direction. And I think they were very unfortunate if you, for example, saw them in 2 or 3 matches. Even against Man City away from home, they should have had quite a few more points.
Have you been surprised by the way Lambert's taken to the Premier League?
You saw the likes last year, for example, with Graham and especially Holt. They're good number 9s, and if you get the right service, Norwich, for example, last year had probably more crosses than any other team, or in the top 3 or the top 4. And then players like Ricky will always score goals. So in that position, I feel it's more like eagerness and ambition to score. And of course, there's other examples. Top scorers in the championships. I won't mention names, but I can remember players who scored 23 goals and didn't score in the Premiership at all. But he's an exception with Holt and with Graham. There will be another few, because if you know J. Rodriguez, for example, I think he could be another one. He's now not playing in that position now, but he can play in that position. He's playing him from the right, but he can play up front. And if you play him up front, he will score a goal. So I think there is different categories. You've got players from the Championship, they score over 20 goals. They won't do it in the Premier League, but you've got other players who will do it at any level.
Martin, when Berbatov doesn't play for Fulham, how much do you have to sort of reorganise? When he plays, so much goes through him. Is it a very different Fulham approach when he's not in the side?
It's a new challenge, and then we had that challenge when he was not there in the last match. We played Ryan Ruiz because he came back from injury. So we've got the options. We've got the options with the lower 10 like Ryan Ruiz and a striker like Patrick or Rodallega. And we've got the option with Berbatov as a sort of number 10 second striker and Rodallega high up. So there's different options. And but you're right. On Sunday, if Patrick is not there, we have to come up with something different again.
Been a lot of praise for Mark Schwarzer recently. I've seen one of your former goalkeepers here, one of the former goalkeepers, Santiniemi, praising him, saying he's getting better with age. I think he's turning 40, I think, in the next couple of days. How do you assess him? Is he getting better with age, and how important is he to the team?
On Saturday he will be 40, and I think there's nothing I can see which makes him probably worse or not better. He's winning points for us. But I can remember games when I was at Spurs, he was outstanding. So he's almost the same as he was, and as long as a keeper is winning games for you and points, it's fine. But I think I had a few goalkeepers, a few younger ones, and a few very old ones, and he's among the best.
Going to this weekend, any new injury worries for the game against Southampton?
We still got Dimitar Berbatov on the list, so I don't think he will play. 90% he won't. Diarra, of course, is still injured. Simon Davis had hip surgery, so he will be out for months. And Patrick will be a little doubt because he had a problem with his calf today, so he had to drop out. And there's a few other ones playing tonight, 45 minutes, like Dijaga will play tonight with our development team. And Kasami, for example, will play. So there's a few players coming back from injury, so hopefully they will be involved next week.